Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening and welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. First of the double build here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Tonight we got the Eichstadt Raps Modified Tour here at USA. Then we'll go to the Sunday Night Shootout here. But before we do that, we're going to send us down trackside for the playing of our national anthem. It's a beautiful rendition of the national anthem here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you to James Grace from Highside Racing for putting together that beautifully prepared national anthem. I'm Todd, standing alongside down here, running all the controls, making all the magic happen here tonight. That is Jack Truan down there in the production trailer, as normally I'm down there tonight, but up here broadcasting here this evening. He's given me a little bit of a relaxing role here tonight, as we have heat racing action coming your way just a few moments. Looks like heat race number 1 is starting to grid here, and it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, the Voiles Trucking pole, that'll be the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. His dad's part of the outside, driving the 010. That is Casey Brunson. Inside row number 2, that's the double knot machine. That's Michael Whitlock with a new car out there. And Justin Holton, the 311, rolls off in position number 4. Rolling off in position number 5, that's Alex Cummings aboard the 631, and Kevin Prettyman aboard the number 88 is going to roll off outside row number 3. Inside row number 4 in the 7th star position, last but not least, that's Electric Eric Eichstadt in the BladeNote.com. Eichstadt Wrathful Velocity car. The number 12 machines, look for him not. He was saying look for him not to do as well here. It's not one of his favorite tracks here, so we'll see what Eric's capable of here tonight. He said that before, and he's actually mustered out a top 5 of that. So I look forward to seeing if he can make his way from the tail here at USA. Also, got to thank everybody for tuning in to Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. We're out live across all 3 of those brands, and thank you guys for tuning in. Without you, the fans here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, we wouldn't be anything, really. Guys, the leagues and drivers, but the fans, you make it happen out here for us on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also, got to thank our sponsors here tonight, Hanover Wrecker Service. Give them a call if you're in the West Virginia area. iRacingIFlag.com and find out how. Also thanking Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. Visit them on Facebook, whether it's NASCAR 2003 or iRacing. They have been a great sponsor for us here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also got to thank BladeNote.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. Visit them and use the promo code FULLFVRN to get 5% off or 25% off your purchase. Son here in the background, just making sure he's taken care of here before the evening's events, but he's getting ready to go night, I guess is what we call it here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Is these guys getting ready to roll away? If not, they already are rolling away. Excuse me, is a little bit behind the time and screen, just a tad bit here tonight. Justin Holt not making the call there in that number 311 machine. Like I said, just looking here and he just got his Full Velocity T-shirt. It's got iRacing iFlag and the best of the best broadcasters logo on it. Thank you, Jeff Brown, for buying that T-shirt. Fantastic. And I want to get a hold of one of them iRacing iFlags, but I tell you, Jeff, I want FVRN on it. We'll have to discuss that. I want it here mounted on my rig here. Even though I don't get to race, I get to see the caution flags come out. That'd be fantastic. So I got to get together with you and get one of those over here on the rig. I'm sure Jack wants the same thing. But thank you guys all for tuning in here tonight. And it is going to be a barn burner Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour here at the USA International Speedway. It is going to be Kyle Surratt and Casey Brunson to lead the front row out here. So again, Justin Holt not making the call aboard the 311 machine, so that's going to move the rows around just a tad bit. Unfortunate there for the 311 machine. So Eric Eichstadt going to roll off in that 6th spot. The iRacing.com Patriot going to make that hard left-hand turn down to pit road. They're going to light the wick and light the fire off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. The iRacing iFlag, green flag. That is as Surratt leads the charge down into turn number 1. 10 laps will be the distance here in heat race number 1. Brunson down to the bottom side in that 0-1-0. Nice side-by-side battle as they exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is Kyle Surratt leading the charge down into turn number 3. You got Brunson down to the bottom side, catfishing it down there in the 0-1-0 machine. Not able to pull off a pass coming off of turn number 4. Again, looking through the field here, Michael Whitlock running in that 3rd spot. I see FBRN on that. That's fantastic. We always like to see our logo on the cars over here, on the cars anywhere for that matter. It's free of charge. You guys can use the logo. But FBRN out there on the double knot machine. The 12 of Eric Eichstadt has worked his way up to the 4th spot there at the BladeNote.com number 12 machine. Then you have the 631 of Alex Cummings running in that 5th spot. 6 right now is Kevin Prettyman in that number 88 machine. Right now, just kind of about to lunge here momentarily, trying to get his setup back underneath him. But Kevin Prettyman, if I know him, he'll get that setup underneath him, and he'll be in the A-main, and he'll be a force to be in the top 10 at least in that number 88 machine. But meanwhile, up front, about 5 car lengths over maybe even 10 car lengths now over Casey Brunson. Surratt has the lead as he throws her in nice and deep through the corner there. That number 18 machine. Brunson right now really working over the bottom, not really going anywhere. Almost a second back from Kyle Surratt and the number 18 machine. Michael Whitlock running in that third spot. Starting to track down Brunson, though, and see if Whitlock can track him down completely. And then you have Eric Eichstadt pretty much single file here through the way of the lane so far. Eric Eichstadt running in that fourth spot. Fifth is Alex Cummings in that 631 machine. Surratt continues to lead and really catfishing it down to the bottom, down into the grass, finding some extra traction in there, down through the corner. The number 10 machine of Casey Brunson running that second spot. Whitlock still running third, starting to distance himself backwards as Brunson starting to reel back in. Surratt 0.666 last time by for Casey Brunson as we got 4 more laps remaining here. We're coming up on 4 more laps remaining here for Kyle Surratt and that number 18 machine as they come off of turn number 4. So you don't see that 4 laps to go here. Number 10 of Casey Brunson's really tracked him down about 4 car lengths, separate the top 2. As Brunson really let her dig down to the bottom last time by was the fastest car out there on the speedway, and he's really showing it here in that 010 machine. Kyle Surratt still running in that top spot. He's going to have to play a little bit of defense to keep that Brunson machine behind him. We'll see if Brunson's going to be able to get by him. It's one thing to catch a driver. It's another thing to pass him. Surratt leads with 3 laps remaining here around the USA for heat race number 1. But Brunson right there knocking on the door. He dives down into the inside, gets a tad bit loose, tail happy there, but able to get that traction off of turn number 2. As Surratt still holding on to the top spot, but Brunson now looks to dive it down here to turn number 3. Casey Brunson aboard the 010. They're going to get popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. Can Surratt hold on to the top spot? Brunson right there throwing everything he's got at him here to try to take heat race number 1 down. Surratt drifts up the track, leaves the bottom wide open for Brunson. Brunson pulls up alongside him down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. It is Surratt leading the charge down into 3, but Brunson really slams her down in deep down through turns number 3 and off of turn number 4. Surratt has the pedal through the floorboard right now, trying to hold on to that top spot. White flag in the air. Casey Brunson goes back down to the bottom as Surratt drifts way up the track, but he found some momentum there down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Surratt. Brunson back down to the bottom side by side off of turn number 4. Who's it going to be off of 4? It's going to be 18 of Kyle Surratt taking down heat race number 1. Second's going to go to Casey Brunson. Eric Eichstadt going to bring up third, fourth, Alex Cummings, Michael Whitlock, and Kevin Prettyman. Run out your 6 cars left running. Fantastic. Jack going to work. Sorry about that, guys out there getting the sound fixed. A little bit of a different angle as he had to deal with us drunk and delusional the other night. So he had to turn us down a tad bit because we were nuts the other night. So probably a good thing that Jack probably had me turned down a little bit there, just trying to get back into the flow of things. Heat race number 2 getting ready here, locked and loaded, and they're going to go away like this. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 97 Big Monkey, Rocky Battenfield out there. And Terry Joyner aboard the number 711, going to roll off in position number 2. Rolling off position number 3 will be the number 91, that's Tyson Pankow and Sawyer Swatek. Aboard the number 67, going to roll off outside row number 2 and 4th. Rolling off in 5th, that's the number 51 machine, that's Justin Gledhill and Christopher Carmen. Aboard the number 56, going to roll off in position number 6. And that is your 6 cars there for heat race number 2. Looks like we're going to have 3 heat races here tonight. A pretty decent field here for the Eichstadt Raps Modified Tour in USA. It's going to be a fantastic race. I have a feeling. The 97 of Rocky Battenfield. Thank you. Rocky has a FERN logo on there. Love it. Love it there. The number 97 Full Velocity Racing Network out there on the pole. I love seeing those logos. FERN on Tyson Pankow. Thank you, Tyson. I'd like to thank everybody that runs that logo. So if I don't catch you, yeah, you can blast me on Facebook if you want to, but I realize that you guys are running that logo. We appreciate it so much here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Love the fans, love the camaraderie that's going on out here, and I'm seeing Christopher Carmen in the 56 Hallmar sponsor machine, HigFab Racing. That's a car that I know. That's a kind of a scheme that I know up here. Stuart Friesen running it here in the Big Block Modified country up here in New York. So I've seen that scheme quite a bit. Of course, Hallmar is sponsor of his Truck Series ride, so that's rather interesting to see that out there. But some nice looking paint schemes out here. These guys pretty much getting the gist of these modifieds. You see them pretty much come from street stocks into the modifieds and make some pretty big adjustments. But Rocky Battenfield going to lead them down here is iRacing.com. Pace truck going to pull hard left down to Pitt Road. So we're getting iRacing I flag, green flags out in the air. And it is Rocky Battenfield leading the charge down into turn number 1. The 7-11 of Terry Joyner running in that second spot. Third is Sawyer Swatek aboard the number 67 machine. The 91 of Tyson Pankow looks to the bottom side, cannot get the pass completed there. He drop kicks himself back to that 4th spot. Trying to get the best camera views going on here is a little bit different camera views for me, to say the least. As we're looking here, is the 97 of Rocky Battenfield leading the charge here with the 7-11 of Terry Joyner still running in that second spot. He's got a heavy pressure from the 67 of Sawyer Swatek. Swatek looking to the bottom down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. The 91 of Tyson Pankow, kind of a high-low switch maneuver, trying to pull it here on Sawyer, trying to get that 3rd spot back, trying to rustle it back there in that number 91 machine. But meanwhile, up front, it's Rocky Battenfield, Big Monkey in that number 97 machine, leading the charge. 7-11 still running in second. That is Terry Joyner. And that whole 7-11 looking for sponsors out there. So Terry Joyner, a very, very fast ride usually. And Terry knows how to wheel some of these cars. So if he's looking for a sponsor out there. Also, we're looking for sponsorship here for the Eichstadt Wrap Modified Tour. Here, they're looking for sponsorship donations to keep it live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network next season. Give a big shout out to those guys. If you want to get in touch with them to sponsor the Eichstadt Wraps UMP Modified Tour to be broadcast on Full Velocity Racing Network, and get a hold of myself or Eric, and I'll get a hold of Eric Eichstadt here, who's your name could be on there, and it'd be fantastic if you're looking for a sponsorship here. These guys are great. We've been partnered with them for we're going to have our year anniversary August 21st, so we've had a lot of races with the DWR guys, so we're proud to be a part of that. But we'd like to see some sponsorship to keep this Sunday night series going rather early. So now we got a battle for the lead. The 7-11 machine of Terry Joyner down to the bottom, side by side there with Rocky Battenfield off of turn number 4. Terry Joyner trying to drag him down the front straightaway here as they got 5 in, 5 to go, halfway home here at the USA. Oh, contact! Joyner in the 97 made contact. Joyner goes around. He gets the worst end of that stick over there. The number 97 of Rocky Battenfield continues to motor on. The number 91 of Tyson Pankow running in that second spot. Third is going to be Sawyer Swatek. So again, just to get back to that, as that contact being made, but get back to the sponsoring here, I'd like to see somebody come aboard here and sponsor DWR's Modified Tour. It could be super late models for that matter next season. Just get aboard, hop on aboard, and like I said, we'll get a hold of them, get a hold of Eric. We'll even do the legwork, get Eric involved with you guys, but we'd like to see a sponsor come aboard and help those guys out to continue on broadcasting with us and continue on growing with the modifieds or late models, whatever they choose to run this next coming season. So it's Rocky Battenfield with the lead here with 3 laps remaining. The 91 of Tyson Pankow now looks to the bottom here, and he is really letting her dig down to the bottom. Last time by was the quickest car out there on the speedway with a 23.405. Was Pankow, but Rocky Battenfield battling back down to the bottom side. Coming off of corner number 4, they're going to get popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the USA International Speedway here. Heat race number 1. Here comes the 67 to Sawyer Swatek. Swatek looking to the bottom of Pankow. Pankow now tries to drive her in deep to try to hold on to the second spot. Nice 3-car battle for the top 3 spots. Swatek now dives her back down to the bottom, trying to take position number 2 from the 91 of Pankow. Pankow goes to the top shelf of the speedway. Battenfield slams that door shut as they get white flagged. One more trip around the speedway. It's Battenfield with the lead. And that number 97 tuned up on the outside. The 91 of Tyson Pankow side by side as they enter the back straightaway. Pankow right there, trying to motor around on the outside here at USA. Side by side through turn number 3 for the final time. Rocky Battenfield has the lead, but Pankow has the throttle down through the floorboard. Pankow's going to take it down here in heat race number 2. Tyson Pankow lives up to heat race number 1, takes down heat race number 2. Rocky Battenfield for 2, Sawyer Swatek, Justin Gledhill, Christopher Carmen, and Terry Joyner round out your 6 cars here in the Eichstadt Wrap Modified Tour. What a great event here so far. 2 action-packed heat races. Heat race number 1, heat race number 2. All I got to say, heat race number 3 drivers What do you have in store for us here on the Full Velocity Racing Network? Man, you got quite the build to live up to here for heat race number 3, and they're going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 61, Bulletproof Motorsports number 61, that's Josh Peacock and his dancing brother outside, driving the number 73, that's Stephen Moore. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that's Derek Debris aboard the 117, and Henry Jones rolls off in position number 4 and at number 25. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position, that's a 073. That's Steve Robbins, and David Clymer aboard the number 98 machine is going to roll off in position number 6. So we called for 6 cars. We have all 6 cars out there on the speedway tentative and ready to rock and roll here tonight. Can they live up to the first 2 heat races? Can they make this one just as interesting as the other 2? Rocky Battlefield just barely lost that one there to Tyson Pankow. Pankow went to the outside. Rocky made him go to the outside, and Pankow made his stick, able to drag race him there to win that heat race. So that was fantastic. A very fantastic finish. Again, got to thank all of our other sponsors that we've had out here. We didn't get a chance to thank South Texas Speedway and Scott Barloff at www.southtxspeedway.com. Also got to thank Jake Keel and Monstar Productions, making dirt track racing great again. Monstar Productions. And make sure you take on a Friday and Saturday night somebody new to the Speedway. Also got to thank TDR-Racing.net for the official Leaner and Turtle sponsor of Full Velocity Racing Network. Also got to thank Hard Motorsports for the official quick time here of Full Velocity Racing Network. And also got to thank Evil One Graphics, Trash Panda Graphics. Got to thank Full Throttle Legit. And also got to thank Eichstadt Wraps for a beautiful victory lane as we're getting ready to go green flag here in just a few moments. But Eichstadt Wraps, you'll see the victory lane logos and stuff. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Eric, for coming aboard and being able to create some nice logos here for Full Velocity. So a lot of great graphical guys behind the scenes. Got to thank Martin Karch, too. He does a lot of overlay stuff for us in the NASCAR 2003 side of things. He's always busy, though, and out there trying to improve his racing career. So we'll see what happens here with that on Monday nights here coming up, where we're getting locked and loaded here for heat race number 3. iRacing I-Flag, green flag back in the air. The number 61 machine is leading the charge down to turn number 1. That's Peacock aboard the 61. The 73 running in that second spot. That is Stephen Moore. Then you got the 117 of Derek Reed now loading it down to the bottom side, trying to make a side-by-side battle for that second spot, but Moore slams that door shut just momentarily. But this 117 firing back down to the inside. Debris holding on to the third spot, but he wants more here coming off of the corner, trying to get around the 73 more. So Debris now peeks back down to the inside. Nothing down there for that 117. He's trying to make it work, though. Trying to catfish the bottom here at USA International Speedway here. Heat race number 3, the Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour. The number 61 of Josh Peacock leading the charge here as they're going to flash by and complete lap number 2 of 10. It has been Josh Peacock, and he is the fastest car out in the Speedway as we are running right now. Debris running pretty quick, though. 23.586 as he moves it back down to the bottom, side by side for that second spot again. Down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. Debris trying to pull a slider maybe through turn number 3. Debris is going to try to slide up in front of the 73. Nope, he's going to stay down to the bottom, stick to his guns. He's going to be out drag race. No, he's not. I think the 117 just barely had nipped him back at the line there between him and Moore. Moore making a little bit of contact to the outside retaining wall there over in turns 1 and 2. That's going to allow Debris to complete the pass down the back straightaway, put him into position number 2. So Josh Peacock continues to have a commanding lead now, up to almost a second lead over the 117 of Debris. Then you got Moore running for 3. Fourth right now is the 25 of Henry Jones. Then you got 5th Steve Robbins. David Clymer already out of this event in that number 98 machine. So looking for these guys to see what happens here. Debris has a lightning fast car, but not quite as fast as the 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock showing the way around, the quickest way around as we get 5 in, 5 to go, halfway home here for the 61. The Bulletproof Motorsports number 61 of Josh Peacock. 117 of Derek Debris running in that second spot. Third is Stephen Moore. Then Henry Jones running in that fourth spot, a little ways back there, trying to hold on to fourth there over Steve Robbins in that 073 machine. Still watching these guys fight it out here towards the back of the pack here, but we're going to go back up front with the 61, a commanding lead. Let's go Monstar on board with the 61 just to show a quick way around here at the USA International Speedway. What a beautiful view watching him go around the speedway here in that number 61 machine. Fantastic way to keep it going. Just watching him go around here, just behind the controls here of a UMP modified here, like I said, Raps modified tour. And number 61 is showing a really quick way around USA. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the feature. Go with that number 61 machine. We'll see if he's going to be able to take down the win here tonight, or is somebody else going to be able to do so, as we've had some pretty action-packed heat races, so it's pretty much up in the air, I do believe, of who's going to take down the top spot here in the feature go of things. So we have Popsicle Sticks up in the air for the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Derek Debris running in that second spot still, trying to track down the 61 machine. He has done so just a tad bit with that 117 machine. 0.716 separate the 117 and the 61 machine. As they flash by, I believe that's the start-finish line once again, as this will be the final lap at USA International. Not as climatic as the last two heat races. It's been a dominating fashion for the 61 to Josh Peacock down the back straightaway for the final time. Here in the turn number 3, and off of turn number 4, going to let her drift way up to the top. Debris trying everything he has, not going to be had. 61 to Josh Peacock going to take on heat race number 3. Derek Debris going to finish up second. Third going to be Stephen Moore. Henry Jones for 4, and Steve Robbins for 5. David Clymer for 6. Can I get... So as we get ready, I believe this is going to be the B main rolling off out onto the speedway. Yes, indeed, the B main getting ready to roll off out here. So B main action. So we're going to take a look to see how many cars we're actually going to transfer through here in the B main. Looks like 7 cars going to transfer through. I think that means all 7 cars going to make it. They do this over here at DWR because they want the extra practice. A lot of these guys never had a lot of practice in the modifieds, so they do give these guys some extra laps. Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, 7 cars, why don't you just automatically go to the main? It's actually because they are trying to get them more track time, trying to get them accustomed here to the modifieds. Again, these guys were primarily street stock drivers before they started, like I said, Raps modified tour. This is to get these guys some extra seat time. So kudos to DWR for giving these guys extra seat time, no matter what the field is. So we'll wait and see what happens here in the B main. B main's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, the double knot machine of Michael Whitlock. Christopher Carmen aboard the 56. He's going to roll off outside row number 1 in the second position. Rolling off inside row number 2 in the third starter spot, that's Steve Robbins aboard the 073 machine. And Kevin Prettyman aboard the 88 going to roll off in position number 4. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the 711, that's Terry Joyner. And outside him will be David Clymer aboard the number 98. And shotgun on the field will be the number 311 of Justin Holt. So getting ready here to send these guys on their way in just one more lap. Looks like lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com pace truck. We called for 7 cars. We have 6 cars out there. Terry Joyner not making the call. Last minute repairs in the pits. He knew he was going to make it here into the feature event, so last minute calls. So Terry Joyner going to join the tail end of the field here in the A main. But we have B main racing action. 15 laps will be the distance. So it's going to be Whitlock and Carmen setting the pace as we get ready to get the iRacing I flag, green flag off of turn number 4. The pace truck going to pull down to the infield. Waiting on the drivers to fire first here. Green flag's in the air. The iRacing I flag, green flag is out. It is the 0-0 of Michael Whitlock leading the charge down in the 1. A little bit of whoop-de-doos going on over there in the corners. Those guys still fighting here for the positions of the 56 machine of Christopher Carmen, making a little bit of love to the outside retaining wall. Going to drop kick him back all the way to the 6th spot. Meanwhile, up front is Michael Whitlock with a healthy lead over the 073 of Steve Robbins. Good battle going on for the 3rd spot between Holt and the 98 of David Clymer. Clymer letting her dig down to the bottom. Should we say the 420 of David Clymer. The 30 or 311. Oh, Holt makes contact there with, it looks like the 073 machine, and around he goes. Robbins goes around, and Holt and, man, David Clymer in the 420 also involved in that one. So those guys going to have to call for records, not going to have a yellow flag here in the B main. Is they're going to keep continuing on. It is Michael Whitlock, Kevin Prettyman with a large deficit to try to overcome, almost 3 seconds between the 00 and the 88 machine. Christopher Carmen running in that third spot, and the number 56 machine. Fourth right now will be Steve Robbins, David Clymer down on pit road. Same way with the 311 of Justin Holt. Those guys already down on pit road. Don't think they're going to come back out. They're going to get their repairs done and make sure they make the main feature. But it is Michael Whitlock leading charge here, commanding lead for that 00 machine. Let's go Monstar Production on board with that 00 machine. Listen to the sights and sounds as he comes around the speedway. We'll let you guys all listen to what Michael Whitlock does at Round USA International. All right, a full lap there behind the wheel of the 00. Michael Whitlock wanted you guys to hear what these guys go through to try to get around the track here, especially the UMP Modifieds. It's rather difficult if you haven't had a lot of practice at it. I know I have a hard time getting around. I'm able to get around, but man, it's not quite as fast as some of these guys, even in the B main. So Michael Whitlock, your race leader, again, by over 3 seconds over Kevin Prettyman. In that 88 machine, Christopher Carmen running in the third spot in the 56 machine, who was having a conversation earlier. He's getting the itch to get back behind the wheel. I've got the race against him here at the local tracks, so we'll see if he gets behind the wheel. If he does, maybe I will sometime soon here get behind the wheel of another race car here at our local tracks. Steve Robbins running in that fourth spot in the 073 machine. Fifth is the 98 of David Clymer. So Clymer did come back out on the speedway, the 420, of David Clymer. The SRTV. It looks like SRTV Network out there. He's sporting those colors here tonight in the 420. Justin Holt still on pit road, so he's calling it a B main, so he's not going back out there on the speedway. But it is Whitlock here leading charge. Not a very climatic. It's probably anticlimactic, as we would call it here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for a B main. A lot of practice going on though for these guys, trying to get them better for the A main, and maybe you'll see some of these guys climb up the chart here. Come a main time. So Michael Whitlock was really fast as heat race, had some bad luck striking once again. Whitlock, if it wasn't for bad luck, he probably wouldn't have any luck at all. And it's good to see him starting to do a little bit better there in the double knot machine. Also, David Clymer has FVRN on the SRTV network machine too. So multi-broadcasting, SRTV network, Full Velocity Racing Network. Let's see how many more networks he can get on there. Nothing against any of the networks. We enjoy broadcasting them. We have nothing against any of them. So it's good to see the sponsorship for broadcasting companies on the side of anybody's cars. It doesn't matter what it is. So Kevin Prettyman still running in second. Christopher Carmen still running third. So there's not a lot of racing to talk about here on the speedway. These guys are separated by quite a bit. 3.5 seconds between Whitlock and Prettyman. Then you got Prettyman to Christopher Carmen, another 6 seconds back. So to Carmen. Then you got another 6 seconds back again from Carmen to Robbins. Then Clymer's 3 laps down. Justin Holt is 10 laps down, who's down on pit road, so he's called it a night here, at least in the B main racing action portion of things. So, like I said, it has been a great race here. Pretty much can coast it to the finish. The 0-0 of Whitlock is if he can just keep in the throttle just a little bit longer, he pretty much can coast it to the finish line here. He doesn't really have to run that car real hard, as Prettyman now 4 seconds back, so that gap keeps growing. Some good lap times there from Michael Whitlock, 23.816 last time by. Kevin Prettyman running in that second spot, so he's having a decent run in the 88. It's good to see Kevin Prettyman starting to really grab a hold of these modifieds and starting to get some competition here in that 88 machine. So we have popsicle sticks in the air, 2 more trips around the speedway here for Michael Whitlock. Prettyman still running in second. Christopher Carmen running in third. Fourth is Steve Robbins. The 420 of David Clymer running fifth. He's out there on the speedway many laps down, 3 laps down actually to your current race leader, who's coming out of turn number 4 already to receive that white silk here in B-Main racing action. There it is, Whitlock, Prettyman, and Carmen in the top 3. If nothing really happens, it's going to stay that way. But down the back straightaway for the final time, aboard the double knot machine, Michael Whitlock goes down into turn number 3. He sails it off down into 3. And off of turn number 4, picking up the B main, it's going to be the 00 of Michael Whitlock. Kevin Prettyman still a few seconds back here, but he is going to be rather quick here to get across that start finish line. About 4.2 seconds back, going to finish up second. Christopher Carmen now coming out of turn number 4, going to pick up third. Fourth is going to be Steve Robbins. Fifth going to be David Clymer, Justin Holt, and Terry Joyner. Round out your 7 cars here in the B main. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Took a sip of my cherry Coca-Cola up here. And ready for the feature racing action. 40 laps will be the distance here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for the Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour USA International Speedway. And your starting grid is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 18 machine here tonight, that is Kyle Surratt. His dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 91. That's Tyson Pankow. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that is Josh Peacock. His dancing partner outside, driving the 010. That's Casey Brunson. Inside row number rolling off in position number 5 in the number 97, and Derek Debris rolls off in position number 6 in the 117. Rolling off inside row number 4 in the number 12, that's Electric Eric. Eric Eichstadt aboard the BladeNode.com modified. It is part of the outside, driving the 67. That's Sawyer Straight-Tag. Inside row number 5 in the 9th starting position, that's Stephen Moore in the number 73, and Alex Cummings rolls off in position number 10. Rolling off inside row number 6, that's Justin Gledhill aboard the number 51 machine, and then outside of him, the number 25 of Henry Jones. Rolling off in position number 13, that's the double knot your B main winner. That is Michael Whitlock, and Kevin Prettyman rolls off in position number 14. Rolling off 15th, that'll be the number 57 or 56 machine. That's Christopher Carmen, and Steve Robbins rolls off in position number 16. Rolling off inside row number 9 is David Clymer aboard the 420, and Justin Holt aboard the 311. And shotgun on the field in position number 19. That'll be the 711 of Terry Joyner. Terry Joyner, complications, not going to be able to make the A main here tonight. So we called for 19 cars. We only have 18 cars out there. We're going on the exit of the parade lap here. The iRacing.com pace truck going to pull down to pit road here in just a few moments. We're going to get ready to send these guys on their way. As they hand over record service yellow flag, will come up off the field here during the pace laps, and we're going to see that very first iRacing I flag, green flag of the A main here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. It is Surratt and Pankow to lead them down here to get the initial iRacing I flag, green flag. We're going to wait for them guys to put that loud pedal down, drop the nose, drop the hammer, green flags in the air, and Surratt up through the pedal a little bit quicker. Should say the gearbox, but onto the pedal a little bit quicker. Get the right terminology. We're almost 4 wide already. Look at Rocky Battenfield down on the bottom side in the number 97 machine, but Pankow up to the top shelf, able to motor on to the second spot. Surratt back down to the bottom, side by side for that second spot. Slider up in front of Pankow, put Brunson to that second spot. What a great race going on, unfolding here. We get our first Hanover Record Service yellow flag of the evening. We're going to make our way to the BladeNode.com instant replay to find out what happened here. And I believe it's going to involve the number 67, the Sawyer Swaytack. So as you can see it on air here, just give it a little bit of a commentary view of it. As Sawyer comes down into the corner, just barely nips the back end of the 73 machine. Around he goes, and the 631 of Alex Cummings involved. The 56 of Christopher Carmen has nowhere to go there. Gets into the side, a good old-fashioned T-bone into the side of, well, not pretty much the T-bone. I was going to say it was a T-bone, but gets into the side there, the number 56 machine. So tough break for those drivers, and hopefully they can get it back going here in the Eichstadt Wrap Modified Tour. Got to say hello to Zachary DeLong. If I didn't get your name right, I need another beer. So Zachary, thank you for saying hi. What's up? We see you out there in the chat box. We got Charlie Tubbs out there, John Monkern I seen out there, Caleb Ramsey, of course, always an avid fan out there. As a lot of you guys, we appreciate you guys coming out, just giving us the holler. Make sure to get a hold of one of those T-shirts. It's got all of our sponsors on it. You can get a Who's It Gonna Be T-shirt if you really want the Who's It Gonna Be T-shirt. There's a lot of great T-shirts out there, and more to come. I mean, you're going to see more. If anybody wants their own like little collage on there, we'll make a T-shirt. iRacing.com. We can make it. Well, we can't take iRacing.com's thing. We really can't do anything like that. But if you want a single sponsor on a T-shirt, that'd be fantastic too. Don't have time to get a beer. I have a cherry Coke in front of me. No time to get a beer. The refrigerator is quite a ways away. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here as these guys are already packed up. Restacked and repacked here to get the green flag once again. It's going to be Casey Brunson this time and Kyle Surratt. Those guys going to lead them down to get the iRacing iFlag green flag. Got to say hello to Trace Williams. See you out there too. Charlie out there cheering on for the 311 machine of Justin Holt. Thank you for the beer, Zachary. We appreciate it here. Get ready here as we're down into turn number 3. So the iRacing.com pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn. We're 4 laps in of 40 when we cross that start-finish line once again. Here at the USA International Speedway, the Hanover Record Service yellow flag lifts up off the speedway. The iRacing iFlag green flag goes back out in its turn. The number 18 of Kyle Surratt going down into the corner, but Brunson down to the bottom side by side for the race lead through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Brunson down to the bottom side, the 18 up top. Surratt able to stay in the throttle, has the distinct advantage into 3, but Brunson dives her down in deep. And that 0-1-0 machine going to try to probably close the door here with a slaughter. He's going to do so. He's with the race lead in that 0-1-0. So put Brunson to the lead. Casey Brunson to the race lead here. Here comes the 61 machine of Josh Peacock back down to the bottom. He's trying to get around Surratt. Looks like Peacock tried to make short work, tried to move up into the second spot, that Bulletproof Motorsports number 61. Trying to close the door on Surratt, going to be able to do so here through turns 3 and off of turn number 4. So it's going to be Brunson now and Peacock for 2, the number 61 machine. Pankow now down to the bottom in the number 91 machine. We haven't seen him down here in victory lane or even the top 3 podium here in quite some time. But Pankow now gets around the 18 of Kyle Surratt, puts himself into position number 3. Great racing going on here in the Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour. You yourself can be involved in this. If you want to be a sponsor of Eichstadt Wraps for the next season, please get a hold of us here at Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll get you hooked up with Eric. We want to see this could be continued on the air here and be sponsored here so we can continue to broadcast these guys here. And it's going to be a fantastic feat to see those guys get sponsored here. But like I said, Eric Eichstadt, we'll get a hold of him, or else you can get a hold of him. And if you're interested in a sponsorship here for the tour, the number 10 of Casey Brunson continues to lead. The number 61 machine running in that second spot. Third is Tyson Pankow. Battle for that 4th spot between Kyle Surratt and Derek Debris. Debris looking to the bottom here, but Surratt starting to drop back through the field, maybe through an anchor out of the 18 machine. Pankow making love to the outside wall. Pankow, tough break through the corner, well of a push, and he hits the outside wall there. Loses a couple of spots there to Surratt and the 117 of Debris. We are on lap number 10 is when we come back around to hit that start finish line. Brunson with the current race lead. Josh Peacock running for 2. Kyle Surratt running in that 3rd spot. Here comes Debris back down to the bottom side trying to make a run for 3rd. Tyson Pankow falls back into that 5th spot, so Pankow has his work cut back out for him to try to make his way back up through. Number 73 of Stephen Moore, running in 6th, and Eric Eichstadt in 7th. He said he was not real good here, but man, he's inside that top 10. Oh, slide job and a little bit tail whip there on the 91 of Pankow. 73 had no room, tail whipping the number 91 of Pankow into the outside wall. Stephen Moore, I don't know if he even realized Pankow was there, so tough break for Tyson Pankow as 73 gets contact with him right into the outside retaining wall. We're still clean and green though here, so we're under iRacing iFlag green flag conditions still. The 0-1-0, Casey Brunson still continues to lead. So it is Casey Brunson, the 61, and Josh Peacock running in that 2nd spot. He's really tracked him down here over the last few laps. It's Peacock now looking to the outside. We know that outside comes in here a little bit later on in the go as you watch Pankow. Pankow was able to pick up heat number 2 on the outside. But the 61 diving down to the bottom here, Josh Peacock. Peacock trying to get up alongside of Brunson, but Brunson has the power off the corner of the forward bite in that number 10 machine. Timer time out there in the chat box, and Charlie out there saying, wow. is what probably just unfolded here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But the 0-1-0 machine of Casey Brunson continuing to lead, but the 61 not going away, knocking on the door each and every lap, trying to get around that machine as they go down the back straightaway. Currently running in that third spot is Kyle Surratt. Then you got the 117 of Derek Debris. Inside the top 5 is Eric Eichstadt aboard the number 12 machine. The Eichstadt wraps number 12, thebladeno.com. On the side of that machine, a great sponsor here, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Great sponsor to Eric out there on the Speedway. So got to thank Vlad and all the guys over there at bladeno.com. Sam comes to visit us. Sam Perry, usually out there in the chat box. Thank you, Sam, for getting us involved also with bladeno.com. So again, it is Casey Brunson, your current race leader, the 61 of Josh Peacock running in that second spot. Third is Kyle Surratt. Fourth is Derek Debris. Eichstadt running in fifth. Sixth now is Stephen Moore. Seventh is David Clymer. For those out there cheering on for David Clymer, Clymer in the 420 machine has worked his way all up to position number 7. So Clymer is on some rails right now, trying to work his way up through the field. Rocky Battenfield running in that 8th spot, so a solid run for Rocky. Seen him out there a lot in the street stocks and some other cars. The modifieds, he don't get a lot of practicing, I don't think, but he's out there running here at USA, running in position number 8. Sawyer Swiatek in the number 67 machine, right now running in 9th. He's got his hands full with the 631 of Alex Cummings. Cummings really looking to the bottom side there. So the 631 of Cummings looking down low, side-by-side battle between himself and the number 67 of Sawyer Swiatek. Dave Robbins running in 11th. 12th is Henry Jones. Then you have 13th, Kevin Prettyman. Then 14th is the 51 of Justin Gledhill. Tyson Pankow had to go down on a pit road, get some repairs. He's 2 laps down. And then number 91, he's running 15th. Meanwhile, back up front is the 0-1-0 machine of Casey Brunson with the current race lead. The 61 of Josh Peacock. There's been some distance separated just a tad bit between those two machines. Peacock running in second, but there's about 5 car lengths separating Brunson and Peacock for the top spot. Kyle Surratt running in that 3rd spot. 4th is Derek Debris. 5th is Eric Eichstadt. But it looks like Derek Debris starting to track down Surratt here for position number 3. The 117 is now going to start to reel him in about 5 car lengths down the back straightaways. We're going to be under 20 laps remaining here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. It has been Casey Brunson so far, leading 16 laps of the 40 here. The 61 Peacock running in second, not able to do anything right now, but we'll see if he's going to have a little bit more underneath his right foot there towards the end of this one. Is don't ever count out Josh Peacock in that number 61 machine. Kyle Surratt with a solid 3rd place right now in the 18 machine. And then you have Derek Debris running in 4th. 5th is Eric Eichstadt, still holding on to 5th, but the 73 of Stephen Moore has reeled him back in. So we'll see if Moore is going to peak himself inside the top 5 there. So there's about a car length and a half to separating those two drivers for that battle for 5th and 6th. Like I said, I'm trying to get everybody here on the Full Velocity Racing Network where everybody is at. David Clymer still running in 7th there. He's starting to track down the 73 and the 12th machine of Eric Eichstadt. We'll see if they're going to be able to do lengthy green flag run here. So it's great to see a green flag run come to hold here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. It's the 0-1-0. Casey Brunson continues to lead down in the 3, but as I said that, Jinx, Hanover Record Service yellow flag coming out on the speedway. So we've seen Henry Jones a little bit off the pace here, and I don't know what happened here. Is Henry Jones just coming down into the corner here? Just looks like he full set into the corner, and Gledhill was a little bit sideways there, slowing up, and the momentum, the 25 hits into the side of the 51. Henry Jones going around and not over there in position or in corner number 4. Touched the wall just a tad bit. Looks like the car leaning a little bit, favoring the right-hand side. We'll see if something's broke. Maybe he'll have to go down on pit road here to get that fixed. But a little bit of contact between the 51 and the 25. That brings out our Hanover Record Service yellow flag. Once again, got to thank our sponsor. Yeah, the plot thickens. The plot does thicken. It's going to be rather interesting. We'll think about that plot there, Jason, as the night unfolds here. We have 15 laps remaining. Once again, got to thank our great sponsors here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Going to do it as quickly as I can here. Hanover Wrecker Service. Then you got iRacing, iFlag, Foils Trucking, BladeNo.com, South Texas Speedway, Monstar Productions, CDR-Racing.net, Har Motorsports. You got Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, Full Throttle with the Jet, and Eric Eichstadt and Eichstadt Wraps out there sponsoring us. So thank you guys for sponsoring us, tuning in. Got to thank some of the guys that are behind the scenes, like Martin Karch, who's done a lot of graphical work for us, up and coming through NASCAR 2003 ranks. And the guys that we mentioned here, the graphics, have done a lot of work for us here on Full Velocity Racing Network. So we thank you guys, and we ask you guys out there, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch, those who sponsor us, please go out and support those guys and let them know that Full Velocity Racing Network, you heard their names out there. And I hear Evil One Graphics is kind of slow right now, so hit him up and get some nice wraps out there. It'd be nice to keep him busy. So getting iRacing.com, pace truck pulling down the pit road, the iRacing iFlag, green flag's back in the air, as Jason would say. Salter, the plot thickens as Casey Brunson runs down here in the turn. Here comes the 18 of Surratt. Look at Surratt with a move there, already around, and I'm not sure where the 61 went. The 61, trying to figure out what Peacock, but he must have went down pit road. I'm not sure. He's in 11th position, so we're not sure what happened to Josh Peacock. The plot did thicken there, as Casey Brunson with the race lead, Kyle Surratt running in second, Eric Eichstadt up to third in the number 12 machine. So Eric Eichstadt doing a fantastic job on the top shelf of the Speedway here at USA International Speedway. Rocket down the back straightaway here, trying to check into the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. Now fourth is Derek Debris in that 117 machine, the 420. Letting her dig up top. That is David Clymer. Clymer moving into, it looks like going to be moving into position number 4 there momentarily. Debris firing back down to the inside. Rocky Battenfield right there into the fray. Also the 67 of Sawyer Swiatek. Look at him move on the outside of the Speedway. A lot of great racing going on here in the top 6. As Derek Debris tries to pull a slider. Nasty slider by the 117 machine. That gets him out of shape there. So he tries to pull a slider. That does not happen. Now he loses a couple of spots there in the 117. So that puts David Clymer up to 4th. We're going to be under 10 laps to go here at the start finish line. Casey Brunson continues to lead. Eric Eichstadt makes a little bit of love to the outside wall over there in turn number 3. Eichstadt trying to find some more grip in that number 12 machine. Sawyer Swiatek firing down to the inside of position battle for the 4th spot. There between the 420 and the 67 machine. Swiatek gets a tad bit loose coming off the corner, lights the tires up just a tad bit. That's going to leave a little bit more room there. As now Swiatek making contact to the wall, same as Eric Eichstadt, but Swiatek going to lose some spots there. Oh, Eric Eichstadt upside down through the straightaway. Eric Eichstadt roof surfing, and we have a turtle on Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNo.com's Eric Eichstadt. What a ride there, as I was riding right alongside of him, is the number 12 of Eric Eichstadt upside down roof surfing in that number 12 machine. So we're going to take a look at what really happened here. As he was throwing it down into the corner here, makes a little bit of love to the outside retaining wall. It's really fast up there. It gets loose again. Looks like something broke on the front end and sends him upside down. He does the roof surfing. The 117 gets into him too, makes him roof surf some more. But we have a turtle here. We have some points on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And at the helm of Eric Eichstadt, tough break for him. He was having a fantastic run in that number 12 machine. So Eric Eichstadt now down on pit road. And man, that's a heartbreaker right there for that 12 machine. Yes, Weston, you tuned in at the right time as... yeah, he needed help. He was a turtle on the front straightaway. It's unfortunate there. And we'll see if the race car, we'll see if the number 12 machine of Eric Eichstadt 2 laps down. And a lot of damage to that machine. Does not look like he's going to come back out on the speedway. As he had a great run going here, so it's going to be rather interesting to see what happens. Yeah, that wall is definitely unforgiving. It eats cars up. It doesn't like you, spits you out. Who likes the wall? I would like to see some of these tracks without walls. That would prove who the real men were and who the ones aren't. They're able to pound up top and make sure that there's no wall to keep them in. That's going to be interesting. When we start seeing the tracks without walls, I can't wait to see somebody go over the bank. As you're going to try that every time, and it's going to be rather interesting as soon as that cushion forms. That's going to be something to watch here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I know some tracks got to be coming here soon that have no outside wall, but the plot does thicken here with Kyle Surratt, your race leader, and the number 18 machine. Actually, it should be Casey Brunson. I'm not sure what's going on here. No, maybe it is Surratt. And Casey Brunson, David Clymer right now in position number 3. Look at Rocky Battenfield up to 4th. Sorry, Swiatek is 5th. Alex Cummings is 6th. 7th is Stephen Moore. 8th will be Josh Peacock. And the 9th, Henry Jones. And 10th, Steve Robbins. So rather interesting top 10 as that's all been shooken up here, shaken not stirred. As we get ready to go back to iRacing, I-Flag, green flag coming off of turn number 4. They're restacked and repacked, getting ready to put that loud pedal down. iRacing.com, pace track down on pit road. Green flag's back in the air. Brunson assumes the lead once again in that 0-1-0 machine, leading the charge down to turn number 1. Surratt way down to the bottom. Clymer right there, too, in that 3rd spot. Here comes Battenfield to the top shelf of the speedway in the number 97 machine. He has found something extra up there. Clymer making contact with him. Shoves Rocky Battenfield up into the wall there just a tad bit. So Battenfield making contact up there. Yellow flag going to come out once again as those guys kept it going, but I think the cars behind them, something may have happened. Something may have went awry. Weston doing. Thank you, Weston, for the comic relief out there. Trying to figure out what went on here is. Yeah, it looks like the 631 getting into it. There is everything stacked up there between the 420 and the 97 machine. 631 of Cummings gets into it, and Peacock got involved in that inside wall barrier. He hit that barrier pretty hard. Peacock didn't get a lot of damage out of that one, but 631 of Cummings with some damage. Tough break for that machine as they were running pretty good. Not sure if we're going to get a green and white checkered. Not 100% positive. They catch up here to the start finish line. I think they go extra distance. I'm not 100% positive. We'll wait and see what goes on here. I know we've switched it up a couple times here and there, and things go on here. So we'll wait and see. It should be a green white checkered. We'll see if the lights go extinguished here, and we'll go extra distance here. Not sure. It looks like we are going to have a green and white checker though, because the lap counts did not change on my end of things. They're Jack. I don't know if they changed on your end or not. We're going to see if that's the case here tonight. If it's going to be a green white checker or if it's all over here. Yes, the race will be extended for green and white checkered finish here. Attempt number 1 of 3. So we're going to see a green and white checkered. So we have 3 attempts at that green and white checkered. There's Casey Brunson, Kyle Surratt, David Clymer, Rocky Battenfield, Sawyer Swiatek, Stephen Moore, Alex Cummings, Steve Robbins, Henry Jones, and Derek DeBree. That is your top 10. I think one of those top 10 probably could win this one. Guys have been pretty quick here on the outside. It looks like that's where you're going to probably be able to win it. Yes, it is green and white checkered out here. Green flag back in the air. iRacing I-Flag, green flag. Brunson assumes the lead once again. Surratt running in second. David Clymer running in that 3rd spot. Here comes Rocky Battenfield to the top shelf of the speedway, and then number 97 trying to get it going again. Surratt looking to the bottom as Rocky Battenfield tries to the outside. A little bit more contact there. Clymer gets into the wall just a tad bit as Clymer now dropping back a few positions. And Rocky Battenfield rubbing there with the, looks like the 67 Sawyer Swiatek. White flag in the air. One more trip around the speedway. A lot of rubbing going on here in the final laps, but that is racing, as they would say out there in the chat box. Casey Brunson with the race lead down the back straightaway for the final time. Here in the turn number 3. Surratt going to probably throw a haymaker down to the inside. Slide job by Kyle Surratt. Can he make his stick? Brunson makes contact with the outside wall. Kyle Surratt is going to steal this one through 3 and 4 to give him the win. And the number 18 machine, as my voice goes way too high and octave. The 10 of Brunson going to finish up second. Third is going to go Rocky Battenfield. And Sawyer Swiatek, Derek Debris, David Clymer, Stephen Moore, Alex Cummings, Steve Robinson, Henry Jones. As my voice is really messed up after that one. I can't believe it. I sounded like I hit puberty once again there as I was screaming there. But Kyle Surratt leads the final lap there, and that's the most important lap that he led there. Towards the end of this one is stealing that win through 3 and 4 away from Casey Brunson as that plot did thicken through the corner as Kyle Surratt taking down the win. He's got to be ecstatic for that one. We're going to take a brief pause for the cause, make our way on over to Discord, and we'll be back with your top 3 here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Finally making my way down to BladeNode.com victory lane here with a visit with the top 3. We're going to make our way over to the driver of the number 97 here tonight, Big Monkey Rocky Battenfield, making his way up into the 3rd spot. Rocky, man, you had the door shut on you quite a few times there. It was good racing. You guys were rubbing up front. Fantastic 3rd place finish. Tell us about your race.
I did everything I could to try to knock the wall down tonight, and it wouldn't do it. I kind of door slammed the shit out of sorry for my language, Sawyer there, and I do apologize for that. And I was actually going to talk to Jim and them, see if they wanted to give him the spot, because I don't like to take it like that.
Definitely hard racing up there and different things going on. There was a lot of slamming going on there towards the end of that one. That's a good old-fashioned dirt track racing on a Friday or Saturday night there, Rocky. But a great race, never to say. We haven't seen you in quite some time. I know you've been working away on the road here, but able to get back here in the 3rd place podium finish. I know you have your doubts right now with Sawyer there and not racing that way, but 3rd place has got to feel pretty good here in the modifieds.
Yeah, I mean, I went back pretty far to begin this race just by trying to tear the wall down, and finally kind of figured it out and started making my way forward and staying clean for the most part. And, yeah, had a good run, just kind of disappointed in myself at the end.
Well, Rockies, we're accustomed here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you this evening.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my guys over at VLR and Full Throttle Performance. They helped me out a whole lot, just trying to figure these things out. And Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag, you guys broadcasting, Kevin Dedman, Dirty Grass Soul, and WR1 Sin Chat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up 3rd tonight, driver of the number 97, Big Monkey Rocky Battenfield. Hopefully, we're going to see you in the street stocks here.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, so we are going to see him here in the street stock, so we'll let him get ready, locked and loaded for that one. As Rocky Battenfield, really heavy competitor there in the street stock division. We're going to make our way down to Casey Brunson, who is probably not as happy as he'd like to be here tonight, losing that there in turns 3 and 4. But Casey, what a fantastic run. Yes, you led a lot of laps, but to lose one that way, it's got to hurt just a tad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Casey, second place finish. I know you had that win in tow there, but a second place finish. What could you have done to block the run there of Kyle Surratt there towards the end of that one? I mean, a slide job. I didn't think he was going to be able to make that stick. That had to be difficult for him to even make that stick. But tell us what you could have done to maybe secure yourself that win. I didn't see much of anything, but I don't.
I could have in the bottom blocked it, but if I would have done that, he probably would have stayed up top and passed me like I was sitting still going down the straightaway. It's just all a guessing game. And it comes down to a final slide job like that.
It's definitely tough there, Casey. And probably the yellow flag, that green-white checker probably did not help you a ton because you were just pulling away from him there and then green flag runs, running some pretty consistent lap times. It seems like the green-white checkers or the yellow flags that come out there late in the race seem to really mess up a lot of the drivers'
Oh, yeah, I fall victim to that shit a lot. I can never really get restarts going for some reason. It takes me a couple laps. I think I'm more of a momentum driver. It takes me a couple laps to start putting down lap times. It takes me a minute or two.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up second. We're going to give the microphone. The floor is all yours, Casey. Thank you. I'd like to thank, and hopefully your luck will be better than Sunday Night Shootout here.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank y'all guys for broadcasting, DWR for putting it on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up second here tonight, Casey Brunson. Not very happy, to say the least, there, losing that race in the last turn there is a guy that's probably going to be rather ecstatic there, winning the race through turns 3 and 4 with a slide job was the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. As Kyle struggled there in the early portion of the event, I think he was back to 5th or 6th in the first portion of that event, and I thought he looked like he was out to lunch just a tad bit, but Kyle, you were able to bring it back up to the front. The late race yellow got you back into the fray there and able to pull that slider through 3 and 4. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, early on there, I wasn't very good. I was trying to hold the car down in 3 and 4, and it kept pushing up, and then I made a little contact with somebody and ended up sliding back. And I was like, well, we'll just kind of ride it out, until there's a yellow, because when the track's real heavy like that, you're not going to make up half straightaways worth of ground at a place like this. And so actually the second half of the race was rather caution plagued, and just kind of set me up there on the last lap. I caught a decent run coming out of 2 where I was making up ground, and I decided to go ahead and go for it and pulled it off just perfect, and ended up working out for me.
Yeah, definitely. Every time you get a win here at DWR, we always say how prestigious it is. And you and Casey were having a great battle there. Towards the end of that one, you were able to luck it out of 3 and 4 with a slider, and you were able to make that stick. And I was telling Casey, I didn't think you were going to be able to make that stick. It just seemed like it was made to be there for you at the end of the
I went back and watched the replay a couple of times already, and it looked like Casey might have got in the wall just a little bit and broke his own momentum, because I believe that if he would have, been in there and not hit the wall, which is what it looked like happened to me, that he would have been able to come down underneath me and at least make it a photo finish.
Well, I have to say, yeah, you're probably correct there. He did touch the wall just a little bit. That does break the momentum of the top. We know the top was pretty fast, but he says how he could have defended it, he went to the bottom, but he believes you would have went to the top if he went to the bottom. Is that the case?
I absolutely would have. You got to go over there now.
All right, Kyle, as we're concentrating on Full Velocity Racing Network, as you've seen quite a few times now, we're going to give the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you tonight.
Of course, I'd like to thank myself for putting this deal together, and TNT Auto Source down there in St. Louis. If got something wrong with your car, look them up. I'll get you done. I'd like to thank Josh Peacock at JP Designs for this badass house car wrap that we got here, and thank you guys for putting on this broadcast, and DWR for putting this league on for.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to that's going to be it here from Full Velocity BlakeNote.com Victory Lane with the winner of the number 18. That is Kyle Surratt, the winner here of the Eichstadt Wraps Modified Tour. I believe he's probably going to get locked and loaded for the Sunday Night Shootout series here in just a little bit here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But we'll let him get back to it there, Jack. What a fantastic race here tonight, and pushing all the controls, making all the magic happen. Someday we'll hear his voice here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But we're going to take another pause here. It's going to be a little bit lengthier of a pause. Get ready for the Sunday Night Shootout Series coming up live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And that's going to be a bar burner of South USA International Speedway Street Stock competition coming your way next here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank you, fans, for tuning in. All of our great sponsors here tonight. And we'll be back at you here in just about 45 minutes or so with the Sunday Night Shootout Series live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
They don't want to hear my voice.